Hi, I'm Paige. I've spent the last 3 years building marketing campaigns that turned failing products into bestsellers at Horizon Media. Did you see the numbers from last quarter's campaign? We're finally getting traction with the Apex account, I said, sliding the report across my desk to Elena. Yeah, the board is thrilled. Too bad Marcus will probably take all the credit again. I sighed, organizing the presentation materials for the afternoon meeting. Tell me about it. I stayed up until 2 a.m. finalizing these mock-ups. Elena leaned against my cubicle wall, lowering her voice. You should say something, Paige. This is the third time he's stolen your work. And risk getting pushed out? You know how he operates. The fluorescent lights in the conference room buzzed as I set up my presentation. Jason from IT slipped in, giving me a supportive thumbs up. You got this, he whispered. Those designs are fire. The room filled with executives and team leads. Marcus Reynolds strolled in last, his expensive suit and perpetual smirk making my stomach turn. Let's get started, shall we? I've been working on some innovative concepts for the Westfield campaign. I froze. That was my campaign. I'd spent weeks researching their market position. Actually, I prepared this presentation based on... Paige, please distribute the handouts while I walk everyone through the strategy. My cheeks burned as I passed out papers containing my work. Marcus clicked through my slides, presenting my ideas as if they'd sprung from his own mind. The multi-platform approach targeting millennials through nostalgia marketing was a particularly inspired direction I developed. I gripped my pen so hard it nearly snapped. Across the table, Elena gave me a sympathetic look. When the executives praised the campaign, Marcus soaked up the compliments without once acknowledging my contribution. After the meeting, I cornered him in the hallway. Those were my concepts. You didn't even change the wording from my draft. Were they? I recall giving you direction on those. Besides, we're a team here. No need to get territorial. His condescending smile made my blood boil. That night, I drafted my resignation letter. 2 years of this was enough. The next morning, I placed the envelope on Marcus's desk. I'm giving my 2 weeks' notice. He barely looked up from his phone. That's a mistake. You'll never find another position at this level without my recommendation. I can't work like this anymore. Marcus laughed, loud enough for nearby colleagues to hear. What? Because I push you to perform? Grow up, Paige. This is how the real world works. No, it's not. This is how toxic workplaces work. His expression hardened. Fine. Clear out your desk today. We don't need the negative attitude for 2 weeks. I walked out of the building, shaking with a mixture of fear and rage, but something crystallized in that moment. I wouldn't just disappear quietly. Marcus Reynolds had been undermining talented people for years. Someone needed to expose him, and that someone would be me. The afternoon sun beat down as I slumped into a chair at Riverside Cafe, across from Elena and Jason. My desk belongings sat in a cardboard box beside me. So you actually did it. You quit. Elena pushed a latte toward me. More like got shown the door. He laughed in my face and didn't even let me serve notice. My phone buzzed with an unknown number. Is this Paige? It's Vanessa, Marcus's assistant. Can we meet? It's important, not at the office. 20 minutes later, Vanessa slid into our booth, checking over her shoulder nervously. Sorry for the secrecy. She pulled out her phone. I've been documenting everything Marcus has done for the past 8 months. What do you mean by everything? I asked. Screenshots, recordings, emails, the works. The way he treated you today was the final straw. Vanessa swiped through dozens of folders. He's done this to at least 5 people before you. Takes their work, pushes them out, then blackballs them in the industry. That's why Tara couldn't get hired anywhere after she left, Jason realized. Exactly. Marcus called her unstable to anyone who asked for a reference. My stomach churned. He threatened me this morning about recommendations. That's his pattern, Vanessa nodded. I've been keeping records ever since he made Beth from accounting cry in the break room. We need to organize all of this, I said. Jason, can you help with the technical stuff? I can recover your deleted files from the server backups. It keeps everything for 3 years. Isn't that risky for your job? I asked. Worth it. Marcus tried to blame me last month when the CRM crashed. I've got something else, Vanessa added, sliding a flash drive across the table. He altered your presentation files. I found the originals and his versions in the temp files. And look at this email about Damien's promotion, Elena said, pointing at Vanessa's phone. Marcus sabotaged it, told the VP that Damien wasn't ready, then submitted Damien's market analysis as his own work a week later. He did the same to Sophia from legal, Jason added. Deliberately excluded her from the North Star meetings, even though she was supposed to be leading the contract review. I stared at the growing pile of evidence. He's systematically undermining anyone he sees as a threat or who stands up to him. Or anyone who gets too much positive attention from upper management, Vanessa added, like you did with the Apex campaign. By the time our coffee cups were empty, we had a battle plan. Marcus Reynolds had no idea what was coming. For the next 3 days, my apartment became command central. Files, screenshots, and recordings spread across my dining table as we built our case against Marcus. This email thread is gold, Elena said, highlighting text on her laptop. He literally took your entire Westfield strategy and forwarded it to the board with just his name on it. Add it to the timeline document, I replied, sorting through Vanessa's flash drive. We need everything in chronological order. My phone rang with an unfamiliar office number. Paige, it's Robert Chen from VP Operations at Horizon. Got a minute? My heart raced. Robert had always been fair and had publicly praised my work last quarter. Of course, Robert. What can I do for you? Your departure was abrupt. I wanted to check if everything's all right. Your Apex campaign was outstanding. I appreciate that. Actually, there's a lot you should know about what's happening in marketing. I'm listening. I gave him just enough information to pique his interest. I'm compiling a comprehensive report. Would you be willing to review it when it's ready? Send it directly to me. And Paige, be careful. Marcus has friends on the board. After hanging up, I relayed the conversation to the others. That's huge, Jason said. Having a VP in your corner changes everything. Speaking of Marcus, Vanessa texted. HR scheduled your exit interview tomorrow. He's insisting on being there. The next day, I sat across from Marcus and the HR director, maintaining a neutral expression while he spun tales about my performance issues. We tried to work with Paige on her creativity problems, but actually I received consistent praise for my creative approaches, I interjected calmly. From junior staff, perhaps? Marcus smirked, but leadership had concerns. When he stepped out to take a call, I noticed his laptop open on the table. A draft email to Visionary Partners, a company I'd interviewed with yesterday, was visible on the screen. Regarding Paige Williams, unreliable, combative, not recommended. That evening, Jason called with another bombshell. I found something while recovering your files. Marcus has been submitting inflated budget numbers for campaigns, then pocketing the difference or redirecting it. Can you prove it? The real invoices versus what he reported to finance? Absolutely. While finalizing our evidence package, Vanessa texted, He's called 3 of your potential employers today, told Griffith Media you were fired for ethics violations. That's it. We're done waiting. I opened my laptop and began drafting the most important letter of my career, addressing it to the full board and copying Robert Chen. Start with the pattern of stolen work, Elena suggested. Then hit them with the financial stuff. By midnight, the letter was perfect. Professional, factual, and devastating. I attached our meticulously organized evidence. A timeline of incidents, supporting documents, witness statements, and financial discrepancies. With a deep breath, I hit send. Copies went to all board members, Robert Chen and the HR director. It's done, I said, as confirmation receipts began appearing in my inbox. No turning back now. 48 hours after sending the letter, my phone lit up with Vanessa's name. You need to hear this. I just got out of the emergency board meeting. Tell me everything. They projected your letter on the screen. Marcus walked in late, all smug as usual, then froze when he saw what they were reading. His face went white. What did he say? He tried calling it a disgruntled employee smear campaign until Robert started showing the financial documents. You should have seen his jaw literally drop when they pulled up the side-by-side comparisons of your original presentations and his stolen versions. I paced around my living room, heart racing. Did he have any defense? He kept saying, "This is being taken out of context," over and over. Then Robert played the recording of him threatening Damien's career. Board members were looking at each other like they couldn't believe what they were hearing. My other line beeped. "That's Elena calling. I'll get back to you." "Paige, HR is interviewing everyone in marketing today. They're asking about Marcus and showing those emails you found." By evening, Robert called personally. "The board just finished a 7-hour emergency session. I've never seen them so unified on anything. Marcus is done." "What happens now?" "He's been terminated effective immediately. Security's packing up his office as we speak." Robert cleared his throat. "There's something else. We need someone to lead the marketing department while we sort this mess out. Your name came up repeatedly." "You're offering me Marcus's job?" "With a significant title change and salary increase. We need someone who can rebuild trust in the department. The team respects you, Paige." 2 weeks later, I walked into Horizon Media as Director of Strategic Marketing. The department had transformed. People spoke freely in meetings, shared ideas without fear, and actually smiled in the hallways. "How's the new office?" Elena asked, leaning against my doorframe. "Still feels surreal. Have you heard about Marcus?" "Just got the update from Jason. Apparently, Marcus interviewed at Collier Group last week and they called Robert for a reference. Let's just say he was thoroughly honest." "I heard he's applied to 6 companies and can't get past the first interview at any of them," Jason added, joining us. "Word travels fast in this industry." Vanessa tapped on my open door, carrying a stack of files. She'd been promoted to project coordinator after the dust settled. "The Westfield team loved your presentation. They want to double their media spend next quarter." Later that month, we celebrated with dinner at the restaurant where we'd first plotted our takedown. Elena had taken over the Apex account and expanded it by 30%. Jason had been promoted to IT security director. No more late-night server maintenance for him. "A toast," Vanessa raised her glass, "to karma finally doing its job. And to never letting toxic people win," I added. The table clinked glasses as somewhere across town, Marcus Reynolds was probably updating his resume again. "Would you have taken the risk like Paige did to expose your toxic boss, potentially putting your entire career on the line? Or would you have walked away and started fresh somewhere else?" The line between justified revenge and unnecessary risk is thin. Where do you draw yours? Share your experiences with workplace toxicity in the comments below. If you enjoyed this revenge story, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the complicated reality of standing up for yourself in tough situations. Your stories matter too. Let's hear them.